Hello and welcome to History Section 41I. This is the Internet History 2010 for June, the summer of 2023. I am the professor for the class. My name is Dr. James McDonald. I'm looking forward to starting the class and going through a little of the course requirements today, which includes the Moodle shell here. We'll look at the syllabus. We'll talk about the course requirements and the textbook as well. So let's start that. First block of information has the basics. We have, of course, the textbook link that should be up and running. You can click on that and it will require you to log in through Norton. That's the publisher of our textbook. So most of you are familiar with that process with Include Ed now. So make sure you do that because the book is required for the class. We also have here some basic information that we'll go over in a second, the rubric or kind of the requirements for the discussion boards. We have the first week of assignments here that we'll go into in some detail. But first, let's bring up the syllabus because that's ready to go. And let me just tell you, I keep it very basic with the syllabus. My information is here because this is a summer session and technically I'm not really on campus, and the best way to communicate with me is through email. That is my last name, make sure you spell it correctly, MacDonaldJ at nsula.edu. The phone number is going to go to the office, so it would be best to communicate with me with email. I'm pretty good about responding. The one thing I didn't put in the syllabus that I will ask you is to just put the section number. This is 41I, or June you can put, or first 4 week, in that little used subject line that you have for email that no one pays attention to. You might want to put that in there. So I'm running a couple of classes. It just helps make life a little bit easier for me. So we're going to go through American history before we were even in the United States. So it's the exploration and colonies, it's Native American societies, and the very sudden kind of crashing of cultures together from Europe and Africa and the Americas after 1492. And we go all the way through to the end of the Civil War. So it's fast-paced. Pretty intensive, but we kind of say that, hey, you only are taking 1 or 2 classes in the summer, so you can devote a lot of your attention to this one. The textbook, again, is required because the exams come from study guides that are generated from the textbook readings, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. The exams, we have 4 of them. This is a 4-week class. We have 1 exam every week that cover multiple chapters in the textbook. So those exams are 50 multiple choice questions. You will have an hour to complete them. And what I do in the course of the semester is that I drop your lowest test grade. So your grade is combined with your 3 best exam grades plus a set of discussion boards, 1 a week. And these are either reading primary source documents, or very often we have the crash course American history videos that you'll have to watch and write a response to. I have a few requirements with the discussion board, and you can see them as far as how we grade them. You can see that actually in the first part of the Moodle shell. This is kind of the rubric. It's one of those education words. And what you see here is that you need to have solid content and argument. The thesis is basically how you're answering the question, your analysis, grammar and spelling, all of that count. And so, keep that in mind when you're doing the answer to the question. What else? Let's see. So we're going to go backwards here and hopefully. Okay, so having figured that out, going backwards, there we go. So let's look at the syllabus. A couple of basic requirements for the discussions. First, they need to be at least 150 words. They need to be in your own words, meaning no, cutting and pasting off the internets, no AI, artificial intelligence. This is now something we're having to deal with. And they have to be on time. They're due on Fridays, and they will be penalized for every extra day that they are late. So again, every Friday you've got a discussion board due. Every Friday an exam opens. So the exams run from Friday morning to Sunday evening. So you have all Friday, all of Saturday, and Sunday until 11 o'clock to complete the exam. Again, 1 hour, 50 multiple choice questions. Very straightforward. So that's essentially everything for the syllabus. You have the required NSU items, statements, and such that we'll scroll through and that will be available for you to see on the syllabus. And there is the course schedule. Literally, we can fit it all right there. Again, I just believe in a very simplified syllabus. And I'll walk you through how the class works with this video. We can post this video. I can cover some things. It serves as a substitute for having all of you in the classroom. And so there isn't, for me, any reason to go into a lot of very long links and details and anything like that in the syllabus. So this will be the schedule. The first week you'll have the first 3 chapters of the textbook. You have the exam and a discussion. And that essentially follows for every week. So we're going through the textbook, and we're going to cover just about all of it. So as far as going through the Civil War. And so it's fairly straightforward. And the next thing I want to show you, because it is related directly to the actual weekly assignments, although you don't have to turn it in. This is your study guide. So you've got a study guide, and every week it'll be up on Monday. I'm going to open every week of the class on Monday. We're not going to open the whole thing up and kind of have a free-for-all. So what we'll do is, there you go. Exam 1, week 1, you've got the first 3 chapters. So here is the study guide for the first 3 chapters. So there are 50 study guide questions. There are 50 test questions. So you can pretty much figure out how that's going to work. And you can, work on this as you do the reading. And you'll get one of these for every week that covers the corresponding number of book chapters. So let's go back to the weekly assignments. So the syllabus has what you need to do. This actually has what you need to do as well. The only difference is this is where you complete it. Sorry to go up and down that fast. So you're going to read the chapter. When it says watch videos, let me show you this really quick. What we have here, these links that I'm going over, are just short introductory videos by the author of our textbook. This is Dr. Shai. And you may have to click a few times. Was that once? Yeah, twice. Here we go. Another time, if you see this in whatever browser you're using, or sometimes it goes right to it, then the 4th time.
When the Europeans first arrived in the Americas during the 16th century, they assumed that the native peoples would...
Okay. That should take us back. I put these up here because students have said they're useful to try to listen to right before they do the reading. Now, that video was under 2 minutes, and all of them are very short. So as you do the reading through chapters 1 through 3, that might be something you want to do. So everything you need will be in week 1. There are your intro videos before you do the reading. There's the study guide, which I already showed you. Here are the instructions for the first video discussion. So this is a PDA document. You click on that, you'll see the directions. This is where you will watch the video. So the first one for week 1 is the crash course, When is Thanksgiving? Talks about the early colonies. And you will just have to click here and post your discussion answer right there. Very straightforward. Again, 150 words in your own words, not plagiarized, and there you go. And here's the link for the first exam. Very straightforward. It won't open until Friday. You can see that the exam, if you need a reminder, the exam is Friday through Sunday, right there. And then we'll do it all over again in week 2. You have chapters 4 through 7. You've got those videos to watch. You've got the discussion with the directions. And this one is called Who Won the American Revolution? And there you go with exam 2. So the class, I'll just say it this way, it's designed for you to succeed. So if you complete the discussions, and you should make sure that you do them because it'll help your grade if your test grades aren't great, and it'll also hurt your grade if you complete all the exams but you don't do any discussions because you just don't do them. That will lower your grade because it's a quarter of your grade. So just keep that in mind. Do the work, start reading the book, and you'll do fine. Hopefully. But I just wanted to use this opportunity to give you just a very quick review about the mechanics of the class and hopefully end any apprehension you might have about it. It's fast-paced and intense, but it's expected because we're doing a semester's worth of work in 4 weeks. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And again, if you have any questions, concerns, problems, do not hesitate to contact me. Have a good June semester.